Complete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Hey, tank. 55, Mike. Got 55. Smooth. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's get the ball.
Now it's the backup Goff. For a right side, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. A second quarter score from KC. It's the Chiefs out to an early lead over the Broncos. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Easy. 4 down. Easy.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
Got you, boy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
That's right, baby.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
There.
2nd and 13. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hernandez. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. And it's caught. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Jordan Howard. As the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this one is right through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
59 Mike, check, 59. And I'm coming after you, Mike's 59. Got you, boy. Bravo. Mike, go.
2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. A big pickup of 38. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Got it.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Silver.
Again, it's Balaj. They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 24.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Down. 10-2 stop. 59. Mike the 59. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. No. Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Go set. 50. Plant. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Shoot.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On the ready.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
He's not going to get me.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
51, Mike 51. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Deep rip.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Let's go, folks.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know what they have. They discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers. Just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Gone. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Coming again.
At the Browns' 48-yard line.
Come on,
so after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, foxtrot. Foxtrot. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
I put it mildly because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They run with Howard, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 28-yard line.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. Blue down, blue down. Five.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught. It's Mack, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. offense on third down tonight? Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Josh Malone, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike, 55.
61, matchbox lights.
Now Howard, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Goff now looking to throw. That's caught by Howard.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll return it from the 6. A great return there of 22 yards. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for they'll make some adjustments.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the... First of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Topper.
Now back to throw. And this is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Charlie.
51, Mike. Mike, 51. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Big grip.
Back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 48-yard line.
We're to line. 180.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
They'll give to Howard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Right over there. Yeah.
Now Goff. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
Go.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Super.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
It's our time. 30.
To the air again. Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here we go. Check 52. Watch the safety creep.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
We go tonight. 180.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
You think you're gonna get this? You think you're gonna get this?
On 4th down, go. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 21-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. It's Ridley again. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Ridley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Go.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Dolphins, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.